Yeah. There she is. That's her. That's her. Oh God. Told you you're good luck. Stay down, stay down. God almighty Jesus, stay down. Hey. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about! Come on! Yeah! Yeah! Get you some!
Stop 3 of the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit here on Pickwick Lake is over and done with. Jon Canada, you're the champ, man. You've been working at this for a long time just to have one of these bad boys riding shotgun, and here you are, you did it.
I feel like it's taken forever, man. I feel like it's been a long time coming, but I mean, I worked my butt off. I got fortunate enough this week to catch some, and hopefully today we can go out there and catch some more and show you how we did it.
Well, it was a really cool pattern and technique that you're using to catch your fish this week. I'm pretty excited to jump in the boat, see how you did it, break it down for the folks watching, and I think we're gonna have some fun doing it.
I think we will. It's gonna be with a spinning pole, so I mean, if you're okay with that, we'll be fine. I brought some flipping sticks we can try afterwards, but we're gonna probably catch them on a spinning rod.
I'll make do with the spinning pole, but to catch a bass, I won't discriminate. So
right,
I think
good.
we quit talking in this parking lot. Let's get on the water, catch us a bass.
Let's get it done.
All right, John, we ran up the river here a little bit, and we're kind of at the stomping grounds. You spent majority of your week up here, basically shallow bar, out of the current a little bit with some stumps.
That's right.
And this drop shot did all the work for you.
Yeah, I did a lot of work with the sissy rig. I mean, the first 2 days I didn't do it as much, but the third day and the fourth day, I mean, most of the second day of my weight, it came doing this. I mean, I would just pitch the isolated stumps. I would see them. I actually idled some of these bars and found these stumps. But I would use my 360, and you'd see a stump, turn my Garmin, pitch to it, drop shot. It's pretty simple, 8-pound line and 8-pound leader.
It's simple and really efficient too. Yes. That's kind of I think the key point of it is you're not wasting a lot of pitches around. You know when you're throwing at, you either see a fish
that's right
on your live scope, or you're seeing the stump and just pitching to it anyway.
You're pitching to it. I believe those fish are actually spawning on it or just staging after spawning. It gives them something to relax, because these bars, they spawn on these bars, but there's also the biggest shad spawns in the whole lake. So when these fish get through doing their deal, they're hungry. You know, they're gonna relax for a little while. They don't have to travel for food.
Sure.
It's like me and you camping in the parking lot and then eating at McDonald's. I mean, it's right there.
Right,
you know?
right.
So I mean, if we stay in the parking lot and then we got food next door, after we get done, we get something to eat, we're gonna feel better. So I believe these fish, that's what they do. They sit here and relax and wait on the food to come by, and they use it as ambush spawn also.
Makes sense. Well, I see a stump right there. I'm just gonna go ahead and like lob one over here and just
see if I can see one over here. And see, the other day I could pitch to them, and I felt like, you know, when I would throw over there, you know, the bucks, I guess, are just so aggressive early in the mornings. I never figured out why. I mean, because see, you can actually see the stumps here. I mean, they're 20, 30 feet. We're really close to them. But you'll get in an area where you'll have 4 or 5 little clusters of stumps like this, and you're just making flips. I mean, I threw a shaky head, but I felt like, you know, the drop shot is a much faster, it's quicker. I can get the bait down and work it through, whereas a shaky head, I mean, but I found the fish originally throwing a shaky head. I mean, a flirt worm. So when I threw it out there, I mean, that was what was crazy. I pulled up, I threw a shaky head out there on the first 2 stumps I come to, I catch like a 2-pounder. And so I fished probably another 50 yards with it or 100, and I threw over a stump, got hung, broke it off. I just decided, you know what, I'm too lazy. So I reach in the box, I get a drop shot out, first pitch to the next tree, catch a 4-pounder. So from there on out, I never did anything but just kept throwing a drop shot at them.
And I think from you fishing this pattern, right? It comes back to the homework you did coming here when the lake was lower, right?
Yes, that's right. I came down here and actually put in at one of these boat ramps, and when I put in here, the lake level, I think it was down like 6.5 feet, 6 to 7 feet. So I mean, a lot of this stuff was pretty much almost on dry ground. So when I rode around a lot of these places, I could see the stumps. So I marked stumps everywhere. I know it always, every tournament on this lake is always won from just above this creek to just down below the bridge. I mean, every single tournament's always won within this 7 to 8 mile stretch.
Yeah.
So I went, like we're about to get wet.
Woo, we gotta pack up, son.
It's about to start.
Oh
raining.
no, Jody hat gone.
Yeah, we're about to get the.
Well, we're out here dodging storms, and friendly reminder, if you're bringing your raincoat, just bring your rain bibs. Otherwise you get wet pants, so that's my bad. But anyway.
A little swamp action going
A little
on.
swampy, but we're still pitching stumps, and you got one lined up here. We got a stump over here, and just, I know it's simple, but you know, walk me through how you did this in the tournament.
I would just go up there, I keep my trolling motor kind of low, and I would turn it around and pan, and of course I would see them on my Mega, and when I'd see one on my Mega, like I see one out here at 60 feet, I would just make a pitch out there to like 60 feet and trying to drag that thing or land it right close to the stump where I feel like those fish are at. And if they're there, it usually doesn't take too long to get a bite, because you can actually see there's one on that close stump that you just threw to, and there's one on the far stump, but I don't know if I exactly.
Well, and you kind of said it, it's not like you're sitting there, you're not smallmouth fishing, sitting there bouncing that drop shot for minutes at a time. You drag it till you feel the stump, let it sit there, and they got it almost
They
immediately.
either pick it up, if they're spawning, they pick it up pretty fast, and I feel like it happens pretty quick. I mean, you throw it out there and it lands, he's got it like right now. Pull it off.
But
I mean, that's the concept. I mean, you just throw it and land on them, but I mean, I feel like a lot of these fish that are spawning, like see how he took my worm? So that just tells me they're holding on to the tail end of the bait.
Sure.
That's what
Just trying
made
to
me
move it off the
believe
bed.
they're just trying to move it off the bed. That's what I really felt like a lot of these fish were doing. So you pitch right there, it's like 55 feet. Yeah, you should get a bite on that one.
I think I gotta bring it this way just a little bit.
Let's see if I can cut him out right here on this one.
Make it happen.
We're gonna try. See, I watched that fish just dart, so I don't know if she went down on it or if I scared her. Let me find you another one here.
I was just gonna.
There she is.
Oh,
right
you got her. Get her. Yeah, buddy. Uh-oh.
That's a good
She's gonna come up and show off too, isn't she? Now, being the nice guy I am, I'm gonna ask, do you want some assistance, or
I mean, you can if you like.
Are you a trained professional and you
I
wanna
mean,
handle this
with a
yourself?
spinning reel, this is like the first time I've done this, you know. So I'm used to the net thing, you know, but we'll try it without the net. But I mean, this has been the thing to me, is just catching like quality. I mean, yes, you catch a lot of little ones.
Sure.
But I mean, a lot of these fish in this size, I mean.
Heck yeah, man.
That's it, Bubba. I mean, we're just catching them. Throw it over to a tree, but I mean, if you look at them and tell, see how skinny that is? I mean, that to me could be the buck that's over there. But I mean, that's been the whole deal. I mean,
Yeah.
just casting it around. I mean, it's really been simple. I mean, I felt like I struggled for 2 or 3 days of practice to catch, you know, a lot, you know, catch some fish. And it was like I came out here and it was just like, it went from being tough to, it's just a lot easier, you know, you're just getting bit. And then I feel like my land ratio, I mean, I tried flipping these stumps, just couldn't get them to do it. But I mean, if you could start doing it with a shaky head and all, I mean, it was great. That's what we're looking for.
Heck yeah. Well, you know, while we're pitching these drop shots around, John, you should probably, I know it's nothing super, you know, in-depth or anything, but give me the rundown on our drop shot gear, like, you know, rod, line, all that good
You just
stuff.
want me to get a bait caster out of here where we feel better? 'Cause that might make things a little better, but you know, we can get it out of there. But no, I mean, I just have anything from a 7, you know, 6'9" to 7-foot medium action rod, and I've got 10-pound P-line braid to 8-pound P-line fluorocarbon. I did use 10 on some. Yesterday I had tore up 2 or 3 rods.
Yep.
You know, bird nest, you know, got all the good stuff going on, the stuff we do. So I pulled one out with 10-pound line, you know, and I feel like it makes me more comfortable with 10, because when you hook these fish, if you hook a big one around these stumps and she goes one way or another, it's gonna be hard to land that fish. But, you know, with 8-pound line and then a leader and all, I feel like, you know, that was the deal to me, because I actually fished, and this is the dumbest thing in the world, but I was power shotting when I was at the James, practicing, pre-practicing. And I had 13 or 12 and 15-pound line on. So when I first started out, I couldn't get a bite on a drop shot. And I said, you know what? I'm kind of dumb here. I sat down in the bottom of the boat. I tied 8-pound line on. First flip, I catch a 4-pounder in the tournament. And I'm like, why did I not do that sooner? But it was just, I had the thicker line on there, and I just feel like, you know, if you can stay around 8 or 10 pound line with these fish, you're gonna get a lot more bites.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody was struggling to get bites, the amount of pressure, the amount of traffic on the Tennessee River on a Saturday and Sunday, everybody's fishing. So,
For sure, yeah.
you know, but I mean, I felt like I never had any problems with any equipment, but I mean, I don't think the speed of the reel really matters, but you can use anything from a 6.9 to 7.2 if you want to use a heavy, whatever you really prefer for throwing a drop shot.
Stump.
You're fixing to get a bite then.
And then you said really worm, Reaction Innovations
Make a flirt worm. Yeah, we make a flirt worm
Yep.
actually in a couple of those colors. You know, margarita, we got something that's like a mutilator. We got a pink one. As long as it was pink, it was fine. And then I was using an owner, #1 cover shot hook, and just a 5/16 or 1/4 ounce tungsten drop shot. I mean, whatever weight you prefer. I had some eggs in there. I don't really think the weight, you know, whatever you
Like the
prefer.
style,
Some
you
people
mean?
like the
Yeah,
style and all
yeah.
that, but to me, I don't really think it matters. These stumps, it's not like cypress trees where you have a lot of knees. I just feel like with me, as long as you've got a weight on there, even if you don't have a drop shot weight, you could probably just take a Texas rig weight, stick it through there, knot it up, make it work, man. Whatever you got to do to make it go. But I mean, that was pretty much my setup. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, honestly, I could have took everything out of my boat and just fished with 3 or 4 spinning rods to do this. I know that sounds bad, but you know, it is
Hey,
what
man,
it is.
It doesn't sound so bad when you're $100,000 richer.
No complaining there. No, it's been super great. I'm not complaining about it, but if you'd have told me 10 years ago that I was going to win my first tournament with a spinning reel, I probably would have called you a liar. Because I only own 2 spinning reels. This is one of the first spinning reels I ever bought.
Oh, don't tell me that. Now
Was
it's
that
got
one
some
and the other
nostalgia
2,
to
and then
it.
when we started going up north, I was like, you know, I might want to step up my spinning reel game a little
Expand-
bit.
yeah, expand
I need
the
to
lineup
expand
a
a little
little
bit.
bit,
You know,
yeah.
I need to get some stuff with 6 and 8 and some bigger stuff. So I kind of went a little bit bigger and got a few more rods to where I feel like I'm fancy now. I own like 6 or 8. That's like big time for me.
Look at you, man.
You know, I mean, huge. You know, you look at my box, I got 45, you know, casting rods, Ambassador. I mean, I just never even needed them. I mean, that's crazy. You would have never told me that on the Tennessee River. I'm gonna throw right there. I'm gonna cast to this one, so there's another stump.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go like there. You're gonna throw it like right out there.
Oh, okay.
You can, let's see, I'll get you like right here again. So it's like 40 yards, 45. All right, perfect, that's good. You hit right in front of it. You see it?
Yeah.
Just doop,
Yep.
right down in front of it. There you go. There you go. See, there's one right there actually in front of it. So when you landed there a minute ago, the fish come and looked at it. He just didn't get it.
But I see how they just kind of like,
Yeah, some of them will come
Swim
check it
around,
out
yeah.
and look. That's why I feel like some of them are spawning. I can't hear nothing.
you said you could see
Oh yeah,
that fish.
yeah. And he's got it.
I
That's
got
it.
one.
Yeah.
I got one. It's a little bigger than the last one.
That's okay.
That's fun.
That's what we're looking for.
Look at me go.
But see, that's one of the ones we've seen down there, you know. I mean,
Yeah, it was
they're
right
just
on the-
roaming around the stump.
Right on the front side of
Yep.
that stump.
I
Look
mean,
at
when
this.
you threw over there the first time, he came and checked it out, moving around.
Oh, we're doing it for the camera right now. Yeah! Yes!
Monster.
Woo!
That's what I'm talking about.
it is. I could see how
It's tough with a spinning reel, though. It's really tough. I'm just saying.
you got
It's
a
awful.
baby
It's addictive,
on.
though. It really is.
I mean, I probably could have boat flipped it, but that's
It's a buck. I mean, that's
it's
the
a
deal.
buck. But I mean, it's when you can get to do it like tournament mode,
That's right.
If we were moving around, you can be so dang efficient.
That's right.
Putting that
If
bait
you've
where
got
it needs
all
to be.
3 going on, and you can see what's going on. You saw it there.
Yeah.
We pitched. I said there was no fish on those stumps. I didn't see them. And then all of a sudden, when you made that first pitch, bang.
Bang.
All right, so we made it over here now. Right here, you see this waypoint? I dropped the blue one when I marked all these stumps. That's the exact one that I caught the 5.5 pounder yesterday to help me seal the
Oh,
deal.
in the afternoon.
Yes, and so when I was coming by, we actually idled and I marked these stumps and I came back and I pitched to one and I was like, all right, I'll mark this one. So I made a flip over, and when I pitched over to it, I was standing there talking to, I think Sean, the guy pulled up
Yep.
with a camera boat, and he's been my good luck charm this week. I mean, every time he's pulled up, I've caught a big one. And when I stood here, all this slack that you usually get in your line, all it did was this. Took the rod out of my hand, and when I leaned into it, all you could hear was drag. So I knew, it was her. That's why you heard me say it was her. I mean, it was the one
Boy, we crossed the street
that I had been looking for. You're fine. It was the one that I had been looking for, you know, all day. I mean, that bite, that fish, and to get it and to actually land it, oh, it took me forever. When she dug around the boat and did all that stuff, no, I like them to come to the boat, and I want to put them in that boat fast. I was okay with her jumping once or twice, but when she did all that digging around the boat with this light line, I am not a fan of that. I was scared to death. But when she got in the net, you saw, let me trade with you. Yeah, let me trade. There we go. You saw the raw emotion. I mean, I was jacked up, but I mean, still in my heart, I'm thinking, okay, I still got that 5, but I'm thinking I need to catch another one. You know, as soon as I get her in, it's like I got to catch her. I still didn't know I had it one. I mean, I really had no idea. I didn't think I had 20. My scale said 19, so I knew I had a shot, but I still didn't know. And I mean, it's like I was telling you before. I mean, it's just surreal. I mean, your lifelong dream as a kid to do it.
Yep.
Still sinking in. I think it's going to take, it'll take a little while. But all my buddies that have won, anybody I've talked to, they told me just to slow down and enjoy it.
Yep,
so
that's
I'm
right.
just going to enjoy every minute of it, hanging out with y'all, doing this, catching some bass. I mean, but
That's cool. And that's the kind of stuff, though, that happens when you win a tournament. Those decisions to move off the stuff you'd been fishing, look for some new, similar thing, find some new stumps.
yes.
You found them and executed. You know, the big bite's been coming in the afternoon. There it was. You didn't lose any fish like you did there.
Yeah, that's right. But no, I mean, to come over here to do it, I mean, if you would have told me 5 years ago that I would have been able to bail on that little area, just sit down in my seat and just idle, to have the confidence to do that, to sit down and idle and know, all right, what I'm marking, this is the deal, and I marked it, and to go catch it and catch the winning fish. This game's mental. I mean, I've already learned. I mean, I've done enough sports. 90% of it's mental. If you can get a lot of that out of your head and just do the right thing, you make these right calls and put yourself in the right position. But I mean, I knew this morning when I woke up, if I was gonna win, the good Lord already knew before I got out of my house. So,
Yeah.
I mean, when I left the camper this morning, I knew if it was meant to be, it was meant to be. And to catch the fish and to find this place that nobody had beat on, it's just magical. It just don't happen that way. I mean, it's just meant to be. It's meant to be.
You know, John, since your rookie season in 2019, I mean, even before that, dude, I mean, you're a fishing maniac. You still fish about as many tournaments as anyone I know between the pro circuit and, you know, AAA stuff. And, you know, being on this stage is what you've worked for, you know, your life.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's been a roller coaster to this point, but, you know, what's it feel like now to have that trophy, that big check, and, you know, bring home a pro circuit win after, you know, handful of years of close calls?
I just feel like, honestly, with everything the way it's been, I mean, I still don't think it's sank in yet. I mean, still today, it still hadn't sank in. I mean, we're out here still catching some fish, doing day 5, having a great time, but I still don't think it's hit my head yet. Oh, you know, and I realize I won, but I mean, I guess as a kid, your whole lifeline dream, you know, you go out here and you fish, and you're fishing against the caliber of these fishermen, and to be able to catch them and bring home a win, you know, for me to catch 20 pounds, I in my heart didn't know I could do that each day because I knew the weight, but I mean, I just feel super blessed to be able to just catch what I've done and then have this momentum train rolling. And I feel like the more I fish, I'm one of those guys that I feel like the more I fish and stay on the water, the better I am. I know a lot of these guys fish 7, 10, 12 days, you know, they don't get to fish a lot.
Right.
You know, me being on the water and actually being able to fish a lot, I feel like it has helped me 100%, you know, kind of keeps your head in the game, you know, it keeps you fresh. I mean, I have fished super clean the last 4 or 5 weeks running around fishing different lakes here. I fished super clean this year. I mean, I feel like me fishing super clean, when you catch everything that bites and you put them in the boat, you're gonna do good. I mean, there's just tournaments you're gonna catch them and you don't catch the big ones. I mean, it just doesn't happen that way. But if you fish clean, at the end of the day, I'm super stoked because I mean, I feel like I can run into enough places. I run and gun enough usually. I feel like I can run into some, and I feel like it's good to know in your heart, hey, I'm as good as some of these guys, because I mean, a lot of these guys are hammers. I mean, they catch them day in, day out. They go out there on a day that's tough. They catch 25 pounds, and you got like 8 pounds to show for it. So I mean, it will kick you in the dirt, you know, big time.
You talked about things rolling your way, you know, doing some homework to find these stumps, knowing, getting on this early in the event, and just kind of running through it. You were one of the only guys doing it.
Yes, sir.
But also, you know, to have things go so smoothly this week, but also to get a fish with Bella, your dog, and have your mom here.
Yes.
You know, it seems kind of just like the cherry on top for this win.
Yeah, it took me down yesterday when I seen her and she was crying. Oof, it still hits, you know, now. And dang, just having Bella go with me, everybody's like, "Oh, you're taking your dog," and I'm like, she's probably been fishing as much as most people that we fish this tournament. No joke.
Right, right.
She's lived in a bass boat since the time she was 6 weeks old. She was going to the boat ramp. She was fishing with me 3 or 4 days a week. So she travels with me, and to have my mom here and to do it, especially close to home in Alabama. I mean, I either do okay on this lake, but I never dreamed I'd get my first win on this lake because I either do really good or I'm at the bottom of the board. I mean, I'm hero or zero usually here because I usually have a really good practice and it falls apart. This time I had a bad practice and it just worked out, man.
Well, John, it was awesome watching you get the win this week. I know how hard you've worked to be here, and had a blast today dodging storms with you.
Yeah.
Of course, the sun's out now, but you got another
dry your pants out a little bit. There you go.
I'm getting nice out.
Yeah.
You got a tournament to get to. I got to hit the road, so I think maybe we pitch at one more stump, but after that, we get rolling, son.
Thank you, man. Had a great day.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Congrats, man.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.